for everybody here in the building. The Big 12 championship game has a history of wild, dramatic finishes, and based on this matchup today, we could be in for another one. We're going to be treated to not just a top 10 matchup, but a battle for a conference championship and an automatic bid to the college football playoff with the first round bye that goes with it. So a lot at stake here, as we'll see the number 7 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 4th-ranked team, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Kickoff team out there getting ready, and this is it, the battle for the conference championship trophy. Fields it just outside the goal line, and the returner will be brought down.
At the 15.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They're going to run it here. They stop him right at the 24.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. He'll ride the back again here. Breaking free at the 35. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. At the 20. Inside the 10. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now. Well, we thought we'd see that world-class speed flash at some point today, Kirk, and there it was.
There it is. It's a thing of beauty when he gets out in the open field, and I thought he was going to take it all the way to the house. You got to give these defenders some credit. Yeah, they gave up a big play, but what you love is they didn't give up and just let him walk into the end zone. They were able to bring him down. Let's see if it pays off for them in these next few plays.
Coming up, second down and goal. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. Makes a quick catch. And he'll get there. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Setting the tone early. How about the execution? Opening drive of a conference championship game.
Yeah, Chris, I'm with you. Usually it takes you maybe a series or two to just kind of get settled in, especially with all the hype. But not this offense. Got to give them a lot of credit. They were ready to go, and it really showed up on that opening drive.
Here comes the point after attempt. PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And the single back takes the handoff. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. He'll hand it off. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. The big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up.
Well, the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Caught quickly. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the +40. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone here? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
They'll run it here. Refusing to be brought down. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
Well, the scouting report on this running back was that he is an elite ball carrier, and he is proving to be that here early in this game. These first few carries, not only the strength, but the quickness and acceleration to get upfield.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
Return begins inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Throws to the tight end. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Quick completion to the tight end. Moves his way for a first down to the 35.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Looking for the wideout. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
That's a big gain across midfield all the way to the opponent's 35.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's got it for a big gain. He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have 1st and goal right there.
This is really what separates a good running back from a great running back. Instead of just being a check down or a possibility involved in the screen game, this guy's actual wide receiver lined up in the backfield.
He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
And the extra point was up and good. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. So here comes the Baylor offense onto the field. In the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Fires it to the wideout. He's got a man down the middle. Tackled right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
The Bears pick up enough yardage to get a first down. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. Looking to chuck it again. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Pass caught. Second down now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Brought down to the 22 to first down, very near the red zone now.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor. Methodical but effective, Kirk. Probably one of the most impressive drives we've seen in a conference championship game.
Hey, I have to agree with you. Long drives like that are like a great painting. Slowly layering all the intricate facets until you have a masterpiece completed. That drive was put together in the same fashion. Just masterful execution on that drive.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. We have a shootout developing here. Each offense scoring a touchdown in their last possession. And now the handoff. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Finds his target. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Well, this is the risk you take when you play man-to-man coverage and you leave a linebacker on a running back. The quarterback does a nice job of seeing that mismatch and getting the ball to the back for some good yards.
Fires it to the wideout. And it's incomplete. He dropped the first down pass over the middle.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And looking for a big play here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. An explosive play moves the ball all the way down near the 25-yard line.
Well, this is what you would call a 3-down back. Running backs that can run between the tackles, they can get outside, and they can also catch the ball out of the backfield. Here they have the benefit of having one of those kind of backs that can not just catch the ball. Once he gets his hands on the ball, he's got enough wiggle and speed to be able to get after a defense.
This is the 6th play on the drive. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. It's a quick grab. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Intercepted in the end zone. It's a short return, but a takeaway for this defense.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
Ball handed off, and they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. Costly hold, nullifies the play, backs him up 10 yards. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And he'll set up to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. The pass ball is incomplete. He tried to extend the play, but nobody open.
from the snap of the ball, it looked like he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. But the guy just had him blanketed, and he still tried to get the ball squeezed in there. He's got to do a better job of working through his progressions to find that open man.
Finds an open target on the left side. And they get him down after the completion.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half. The Bears will have to kick this away. That's a rough series for the offense, and now he's on to punt it away. And the ball is away from inside the 10. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. He makes the grab. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up under the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. The short completion of the tight end. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Can he take it all the way? At the 10. Touchdown, Bears. Wow, what a play, a defensive score.
Chris, how about the safety here just kind of sitting back, waiting patiently to read the quarterback, and then once the ball's in the air, there's the range to come up with that interception, and I love that he's got the speed in the hands to make this quarterback pay for it.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Now they get set to kick it away. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. Let's see what they do here in the final minute of the half. Try to get aggressive and cut into this. He'll take a deep shot here. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
I don't know if people understand how hard it is to defend against the deep ball and man coverage like that. But this defensive back did it perfectly. Turns his head back just in time to find the ball to ensure that incompletion.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, the defense does a really nice job here of not only pressuring the quarterback, but not tipping their hand with coverage. They went to double coverage, but didn't show it till late. They confused the quarterback, and they almost came up with an interception.
And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. The Cornhuskers with 1st and 10 here.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that
the QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive and ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
Takes the handoff and he'll head left. In the clear at the 25. He'll be muscled out of bounds very close to the goal line. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice creep.
Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor. So the offense clicking now, Kirk, building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board. The defense is shown up prepared, ready to play. It just feels like this game's getting sideways in a hurry.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. And he's going to float this one to the right side. And that ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the second half.
He's hit just before the throw. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Takes the toss and heads left. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. And the Huskers will send their punt team onto the field. Looking to flip the field here. Look at that, he's still going. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. This will likely be the last play of the half. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they get him down in what will be the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Cornhuskers will kick this away to start the second half. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15th. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Baylor offense back out onto the field. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. He's tackled just short of the 20-yard line.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
They look to throw it here on second down. He's moving out of the pocket. Well, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
Great job here on this sack by this linebacker from Nebraska, living up to the lofty expectations of what you think when you think about Nebraska and linebacker play. Not just stuffing the run, but the ability to pressure the quarterback. They've had some great ones over the years.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
They'll hand it off. Breaking free at the 35. A big play moves the ball across midfield to the opponent's 43.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
And the Bears pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going.
Here we go.
Takes the ball, tries the right side here. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Well, these are the type of runs that begin to wear down your defense psychologically. Already have the lead, come out with a nice big gain, and this defense is thinking, oh no, here we go again. Really nice statement here to get this second half started.
On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the first half, but maybe that won't be the case from now on.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. On the run here. Lets it go. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
It's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
The Bears have first and 10 here. The back's got it. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Got it.
Now play number 9 on this drive.
In blue. Go over.
There's the handoff. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. And he went backwards after the catch. That'll set up a 4th down now.
Yeah, I really like the idea on third down. I can kind of see the thought process there. Make an unconventional call on third down. Sometimes that can work out. But the defense was just prepped and ready for it this time.
Kick is good. It gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. And they add to their lead.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
After adding 3 more points to the lead, they're set to kick it off. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. It's a nice gain. He moved the football up to the 27.
Ooh, how about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Looking to throw it on first down. He'll take a deep shot. Wow, that is interception number 4 today for this QB. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Handoff here from the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, this guy has been dominant all afternoon long, but that time the defense has got to be asking themselves, where has that been? They finally get to him behind the line.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. And he drops back in the gun. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Send the back in motion. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Fighting off the defender. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
You know, sometimes, Chris, we get caught up in the speed and the quickness, and obviously those are important assets to have as a running back. But what you just saw from this guy, and he's had a pretty good day, is his ability to break tackles in the open space. And he gets through those arm tackles. You can see what he's capable of doing after being able to shake free with the speed that he has.
And then first down, right back to the running game. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, I've gotten so conditioned here now that we're in the fourth quarter to see this guy get the football and just get more positive yards. Finally this afternoon, the defense steps up, says enough is enough, and they come up with a nice tackle.
Second down play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Lets it fly to the wideout. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Not much room in that return. Tackled at the 16, but an important takeaway for this defense.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point. Move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. And they do a good job of it right here.
Looking for his big tight end. It's caught downfield. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Past the 20. At the 10 now. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Such a well-designed play here by this offense to find a way to get the ball to the gifted tight end. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's a difficult matchup, and here he shows he's got the speed to take it all the way into the end zone for that touchdown.
And now they'll set up for the point after. PAT is good. They still trail, though. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position.
Team.
So here comes the Baylor offense onto the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Well, we got a smart offensive coordinator on our hands today, Chris. Great job of just keep feeding this running back, keep it on the ground, working with the lead in the 4th quarter, force them to use all their timeouts, and just keep working that clock.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Running back has it on a screen now. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down.
Chris, it's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
A completion good for a 1st down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Back behind the quarterback, aligned in the pistol. Handoff to the right side. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, the thing that's really stood out today for this offense has been the balance. You know, they've gotten some yardage out of the running back. He's done his job. The offensive line is protected and given the quarterback a chance to be able to throw the football. He's been able to throw the football into the end zone. Now they're just looking to put on the finishing touches to win the game.
Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Here's the 2nd down play. Looking to pass this time. Trying to extend the play. Looking to scramble now. Oh, and he fumbles. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
Oh, what a play by this defense. Trailing in the 2nd half. Really, the only way you can get back into this game is create turnovers. Ball's on the ground, they pounce on it, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. It was a foot race, and he won it. So the important touchdown period, but that was just the first part. Now they've got to execute the onside kick, hope for a break, and score again.
Yep, and a good thing is their offense at least gave them a chance. Now you hope that your kicker, after all the practice that he's got on that side field, hope they're all by himself, you hope that it pays off and he can make this ball bounce just at the right moment where they can recover.
Lined up in regular kickoff formation here. 2 timeouts, final minute. I'm not sure they've done the math here. Surprised they're not going for the onside kick. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Comes the Baylor offense back out onto the field. Crucial possession here. This game just got tighter. 3-point game, final quarter. What will the play calling philosophy be here? One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. Finds room at the 30. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Boy, another nice game by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
And at first down, they go right back to him. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. He's looking to scramble. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is going to get after him. They get upfield. They have a great pass rush. What do they create? Space and running lanes. And he takes off and picks up some nice yards.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Second down after that run on the previous play. Ball handed off. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Now they try to run in here on second down, unable to get the first down. And now, late in a game like this, the big question, do you pass the ball potentially with an incompletion, the clock will stop, or do you play it safe and keep it on the ground?
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Bringing pressure. Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this stage of the game.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Now, wasn't alert enough, didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. It's a one-possession game. They'll elect to go for it here on fourth down. Looking to throw for the first down. The pocket breaking down. Incomplete on the final play, but they wrap up the win. What an amazing run these guys have had, and now they can